Today, I want to talk to you about one of the hardest, yet most powerful things you can ever learn how to let go. To release what no longer serves you, to surrender your burdens, and to trust that, even when it hurts, God has something better waiting for you. It's easy to get caught up in holding on. We cling to the familiar, to what we think we deserve, to what feels comfortable. But sometimes, true strength is found not in the holding on, but in the letting go. That strength, that courage, it means believing in a bigger plan, a purpose that may be beyond what we can see right now. When you hold on to past hurts, to failures, to things that didn't go your way, you carry weights that keep you from rising. Imagine running a race, dragging behind you every disappointment, every setback, every no you've ever received. It's going to slow you down. But when you let go, you're free to move, free to grow, free to reach new heights. God has a way of clearing things from your path when He knows there's something better ahead. Sometimes we're not ready for the next blessing because our arms are too full with what we haven't released. God is saying, put it down. I've got something better for you, but you've got to make space for it. And that takes faith. Faith in His timing, faith in His plan, even when it doesn't look like the path we would have chosen for ourselves. You might not understand why something you wanted so badly didn't work out. It could feel unfair, even painful. But understand this: God's vision stretches far beyond our own. He sees what we can't see. He knows the plans He has for us, plans that bring life hope and a future. In every setback, there's a setup. Sometimes we lose what we think we need, only to find something better waiting on the other side. A failed opportunity can lead to a greater blessing. A closed door can protect us from what wasn't meant for us, and open doors to something far beyond what we imagine. But you won't reach it if you're too busy staring at what's behind you. So, my message to you is simple: let it go. Release what's weighing you down, what's clouding your vision, what's holding you back. Trust that God's got you, and He knows exactly what He's doing. Keep your faith strong, keep your heart open, and know that what's coming is better than what's been. Letting go requires more strength than holding on because it involves facing the unknown, releasing control, and placing trust in something greater than ourselves. Many of us cling to situations, people, and habits not because they're good for us, but because they're familiar. We hold on, hoping that if we try hard enough, push a little more, or wait a little longer, things will eventually turn out the way we want. But strength isn't about forcing situations to fit our plans. It's about surrendering our need to control the outcome and trusting that there's a reason, a purpose, and a plan beyond our understanding. Real strength is letting go of resentment, fear, and disappointment. It's having the courage to say, this is no longer serving me, and to walk away from things that weigh down our spirit. We might not know exactly what lies ahead, but we understand that holding on to something that doesn't bring peace, joy, or growth is a greater burden than letting it go. When we release, we make room for better things to come into our lives, opportunities, relationships, and experiences that are aligned with who we truly are and where we're meant to be. Letting go is not a sign of defeat, it's a declaration of trust. It's believing that what God has planned for us is far greater than what we could ever hold on to ourselves. It's acknowledging that our past does not dictate our future, and that our worth is not determined by what we've lost, but by what we're willing to embrace. Trusting God's plan means placing faith in a path we cannot fully see, a journey that doesn't always unfold the way we imagined or wanted. It's one of the most challenging things we can do because it requires us to surrender our personal desires, our need for control, and our understanding of timing. We're wired to want answers, to make sense of things, and to see results. Yet trusting in God's plan calls for a level of patience and belief that goes beyond what our eyes can see and our minds can understand. This kind of trust is powerful because it reminds us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. It allows us to let go of the anxiety that comes from trying to control every detail of our lives. When we trust that there is a divine purpose to what's happening, we begin to see that setbacks and disappointments aren't the end, they're simply redirections, nudges pushing us towards something more meaningful. When a door closes, it's because God is already seeing what's on the other side and knows it's not what we need. He's preparing us for a different door, one that leads to greater blessings, growth, and fulfillment than we could have ever planned for ourselves. We may not always understand why certain things happen the way they do. At times we face challenges that shake us to our core, moments when we question why we're going through certain struggles. But trusting in God's plan reminds us that even in our toughest moments, there's a purpose. Those difficult times shape us, teach us, and prepare us for the next phase of our lives. God sees the entire picture while we only see pieces of it. By surrendering to His will, we open ourselves up to a future that's designed for our highest good, even if it looks different from what we expected. Trusting in God's plan requires humility. It's admitting that our understanding is limited, that we don't have all the answers, and that sometimes we have to walk by faith, not by sight, but in that humility we find peace. When we let go of the need to know every answer and control every outcome, we allow ourselves to rest in the assurance that there's a guiding hand at work. There's a deep comfort in knowing that, despite our uncertainties, our lives are in the hands of someone who knows us better than we know ourselves and loves us beyond measure. There's a reason for every season, a purpose behind every moment. Trusting God's plan is about aligning ourselves with that purpose and allowing life to unfold in a way that's beyond what we could imagine. It's about having the courage to take the next step, even if we don't know exactly where it will lead, because we trust that wherever we end up, God will be there, ready to catch us, guide us, and lead us forward. When we place our faith in His plan, we're free to live fully, knowing that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, on a path that's already been beautifully laid out just for us. Releasing burdens is essential for growth, because in carrying weights we're not meant to bear, we hinder our own progress. Life presents each of us with disappointments, regrets, fears, and resentments. These can pile up over time, slowly filling our minds and hearts with heaviness that saps our energy, dulls our hope, and keeps us from stepping fully into our purpose. When we cling to these burdens, we essentially anchor ourselves to the past, preventing ourselves from moving forward. Growth is about transformation, about becoming more than we were before. But we can't grow if we're weighed down by what's already behind us. Think of a plant struggling to push through the soil. If it were tied down by rocks and roots, it would never break through to reach the sunlight. In the same way, we can't reach our full potential while we're dragging along baggage from past experiences, failed relationships, missed opportunities, or fears of what might go wrong. Letting go of these burdens requires strength and courage, but it's an act of self-love and an investment in our own future. When we release our burdens, we make space for new opportunities, new relationships, and new blessings. Carrying fear or resentment leaves little room for joy and gratitude, and holding on to failures prevents us from seeing the possibilities that lie ahead. Releasing burdens doesn't mean forgetting what happened or ignoring the lessons learned. It means honoring those experiences, understanding the role they played in shaping us, and then allowing ourselves to move forward with a lighter heart and a clearer vision. Growth happens in an open heart, one that's willing to embrace change and let go of what no longer serves it. By holding on to burdens, we create walls around our hearts, walls that keep us from experiencing life's fullness. Releasing these weights allows us to truly live, to experience new things without the shadow of the past hanging over us. It lets us become more adaptable, more open, and more ready to take on the challenges of each new day. The process of releasing these burdens is a journey in itself, one that teaches us about resilience, faith, and the power of moving forward. The beauty of releasing burdens is that it opens us up to receive. When we free ourselves from what holds us back, we create room for blessings to flow in. We let go of negativity, and in return, we gain peace. We let go of regret, and we gain hope for a better tomorrow. We let go of fear, and we gain confidence. Every burden we release is a step toward a freer, fuller life, a life where we're not held down by the past, but propelled by the possibility of the future. Letting go is not a loss, it's a gift we give ourselves to experience all that life has to offer. Making space for new blessings is about clearing out the old, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, to create room for the new. Life has a way of accumulating things, experiences, relationships, patterns, and even possessions that may have served a purpose at one time but no longer bring value or joy. When we hold on to these things too tightly, we become crowded with what was, leaving little room for what could be. Letting go of what's familiar or comfortable can feel uncomfortable, but making space is a powerful step toward receiving the next level of blessings that life has to offer. Imagine trying to fill a glass that's already full. If we're carrying around past pain, grudges, or regrets, there's no room in our hearts and minds to embrace something new. Holding on to old hurts or fixed ideas blocks us from seeing the possibilities right in front of us. The truth is, every blessing has a place prepared for it. And when we clear out the mental and emotional clutter, we align ourselves to receive what's truly meant for us. Letting go becomes an invitation for new energy, new perspectives, and new relationships to enter our lives. Making space also means we're actively choosing to trust in the process of life. Sometimes we cling to what we know because it feels safe, even if it's not serving us anymore. But when we release the need to hold on to everything, we're showing faith in the idea that something better, something that resonates with our growth, is on the horizon. This act of trust is like planting seeds in fertile soil. We may not see the growth right away, but we've created the conditions for it to flourish. Every time we clear space in our lives, we're saying we believe in the possibility of new, greater blessings. Creating space for blessings goes beyond just removing what's negative. It's about cultivating a positive, open mindset that's receptive to good things. When we intentionally clear away distractions or things that don't align with our goals, we signal to ourselves and the world that we're ready for abundance. A cluttered life often reflects a cluttered mind, and by simplifying our external and internal worlds, we allow our focus to sharpen, our purpose to clarify, and our sense of fulfillment to grow. In this sense, space is not emptiness, it's readiness. It's a willingness to be open to life's surprises, to discover gifts we may not have anticipated, and to experience joy in new forms. Every person, every opportunity, and every blessing comes to us with intention. If we are preoccupied with what no longer belongs, we miss out on these new gifts. Making space for blessings isn't just about letting go. It's about making a conscious choice to welcome what's next with open arms and an open heart. This openness allows blessings to find their way to us, and as we welcome them, we begin to see life's beauty unfolding in ways we could never have planned or expected. Timing and patience are essential aspects of life's journey, teaching us the value of waiting for things to unfold as they're meant to. In a world where we're used to instant gratification, it's easy to become frustrated when things don't happen according to our own schedule. We often have plans, timelines, and expectations, and when reality doesn't match, we start questioning, doubting, and even resisting. But life moves at its own pace, and often things need time to fall into place in ways we cannot see or understand in the moment. True patience means trusting in a timing that's often beyond our comprehension. Timing teaches us to release control. We may have a vision for what we want, and when we want it, but sometimes what we want isn't aligned with what we need. There are seasons for planting and seasons for harvest, and each has its purpose. When we try to force a season of harvest before we're ready, we risk pulling up the roots before the fruit has ripened. This can lead to disappointment, frustration, and a sense of failure. Patience allows us to step back and trust that our efforts will yield results in their own time, and that if something is meant for us, it will come to us when we're truly ready to receive it. There is wisdom in waiting. Patience gives us the chance to prepare, to grow, and to build resilience. In times of waiting, we learn more about who we are, about what we truly desire, and about what we're willing to work for. Waiting can deepen our understanding, our empathy, and our perspective, shaping us in ways we might not expect. If everything came to us instantly, we would miss out on the lessons embedded in the process, the lessons that strengthen us for the blessings ahead. Sometimes delays happen not because we're being denied, but because we're being developed. Patience also allows for alignment. Often what we want for ourselves is smaller than what's actually possible. Our vision might be limited by what we know now, but when we're patient, we allow the space for greater things to manifest things that we might not have been able to imagine at the start. Timing brings things together in ways that fit perfectly into our lives. It aligns opportunities, people, and events in ways that make the outcome more meaningful and complete. When we wait, we allow life to orchestrate something bigger than we could have put together on our own. Furthermore, patience is an exercise in faith. Waiting without giving up or turning away teaches us to hold hope and trust, even when the road ahead is unclear. It's about having faith that there is purpose in the process, and that even in times of stillness, things are moving in the background. There's a calm strength in patience. Silent confidence that whispers it's going to happen. Just hold on this trust, and divine timing transforms our waiting period from one of frustration to one of anticipation and gratitude. Timing and patience are gifts that help us move forward in peace. They remind us that the journey is as important as the destination, and that every step we take is preparing us for what's next. As we learn to wait with grace, we build a foundation of trust that serves us throughout our lives. And when the right moment comes, we are ready not just to receive our blessings, but to appreciate them fully, knowing that they arrived at the perfect time. Faith beyond understanding is a profound trust that holds steady even when logic and reason fail us. It's a belief rooted in something deeper than evidence, a conviction that stands firm even in times of uncertainty, doubt, or darkness. This kind of faith requires us to release our need for answers and assurances. It's easy to have faith when things are clear, when the path is laid out, and when everything makes sense. But true faith, the kind that transforms lives, is about holding on even when we don't understand, even when circumstances seem impossible, or when every visible sign seems to contradict our hopes. Having faith beyond understanding is challenging because it goes against our natural instincts. We are conditioned to seek control, to understand every detail, to predict outcomes, and to find security in what we know. But there are times in life when answers are hidden, when the reasons are unclear, and when the path ahead is foggy. In these moments, faith beyond understanding becomes a choice to trust in something greater than ourselves, to believe that there is purpose and meaning in our journey, even if it's invisible to us right now. This faith isn't blind, it's based on a deep spiritual knowing that there's a plan and a purpose beyond our comprehension. Faith beyond understanding doesn't ignore reality, it just looks beyond it. It acknowledges that yes, there may be challenges, pain, or setbacks, but it also believes that these difficulties are not the end of the story. Faith sees past the immediate circumstances and trusts that something greater is at work, that every step, no matter how confusing or difficult, is part of a larger tapestry that we cannot yet see in its entirety. It's a reminder that while we see only a single thread, there's a beautiful pattern being woven that we will one day understand. This kind of faith builds resilience. When we rely only on what we can understand, we risk becoming discouraged when things don't go as planned. We may start to doubt ourselves, our choices, or even our worth. But faith beyond understanding gives us strength to persevere through setbacks and challenges, to keep moving forward, even when we feel lost. It teaches us to trust the process, to stay rooted in hope, and to believe in a higher purpose. This faith is a steadying force, a reminder that we're not defined by our struggles, but by how we rise above them. It turns obstacles into stepping stones and reminds us that every delay or detour has a purpose, shaping us in ways that prepare us for what lies ahead. Faith beyond understanding also deepens our relationship with God. It calls us to lean on Him in ways we might not otherwise do. When we can't rely on our own understanding, we're compelled to seek divine guidance, to listen more intently, to pray more sincerely, and to surrender more fully. This kind of faith strips away our illusions of control and teaches us humility, reminding us that there are forces beyond our knowledge, a wisdom that surpasses our own. In this way, faith beyond understanding becomes a pathway to a deeper connection with God, one built on trust, surrender, and the belief that He is always with us, guiding us, even when we cannot see the way forward. Embracing faith beyond understanding frees us from the need to have everything figured out. It invites us to live with a sense of wonder, openness, and anticipation, knowing that life's greatest blessings often come when we least expect them, in ways we couldn't have planned. It allows us to release our worries, to let go of what we can't control, and to find peace in the present moment. Faith beyond understanding is a reminder that we're part of a greater story, one that's still unfolding, and that sometimes the greatest breakthroughs come only after we've walked through uncertainty with courage and trust. In the end, faith beyond understanding is an act of love for ourselves, love for the journey, and love for the unseen hand that guides us. It's a faith that knows we are held, supported, and cared for even in our darkest moments. This faith encourages us to step forward in confidence, knowing that in time, what is unclear will be made clear, what is confusing will be made meaningful, and what feels lost will be restored. Faith beyond understanding isn't just a belief, it's a way of life, one that invites us to live fully, joyfully, and courageously, trusting that, even in the mystery, we are exactly where we are meant to be. Seeing setbacks as setups is about shifting our perspective on life's challenges and disappointments, understanding that what feels like a loss or a delay may actually be a redirection towards something greater. When we encounter setbacks, our first instinct is often frustration, disappointment, or even self-doubt. We see obstacles as disruptions to our plans, signs of failure, or proof that things aren't going as they should. But setbacks can be powerful turning points if we choose to view them as part of a larger process. They can be the very events that propel us forward in ways we wouldn't have anticipated or planned for ourselves. Setbacks are often moments of growth and preparation. We may think we're ready for something, whether it's a new job, relationship, or opportunity, but setbacks come to reveal what we still need to learn, develop, or strengthen. They create spaces where we're forced to confront areas that need refinement or adjustment. In these moments, setbacks become training grounds, preparing us for the demands and challenges of the next level. They push us to build resilience, patience, and adaptability, qualities we'll need to handle the blessings that lie ahead. When we face a setback with a growth mindset, we transform it from a stopping point into a stepping stone. Setbacks also help us recalibrate our focus and direction. Sometimes we're so set on one path or outcome that we become blind to other possibilities. A setback can serve as a wake-up call, urging us to reconsider our approach, our goals, or even our values. It's life's way of saying, pause and take a closer look. In this way, setbacks can prevent us from pursuing something that might not be the best fit, redirecting us to something that aligns better with who we are or what we're truly meant to achieve. They allow us to reassess our priorities and to clarify our intentions, ultimately guiding us to a path that's more aligned with our purpose. Every setback carries a hidden opportunity if we're willing to look for it. We may not see it immediately, but setbacks often contain seeds of opportunity that we wouldn't have noticed otherwise. A lost job might lead us to start our own business. A failed project could spark a better idea. And a closed door might redirect us to an open window with even greater potential. When we approach setbacks with curiosity and openness, we begin to see these hidden opportunities, turning challenges into catalysts for creativity, innovation, and bold new steps. Learning to see setbacks as setups also fosters resilience and optimism. Instead of feeling defeated when things don't go our way, we begin to develop a mindset that sees possibilities in every situation. This resilience helps us bounce back more quickly, ready to move forward without losing hope or confidence. We come to understand that each setback is part of a larger story, one that's still unfolding, and that the outcome isn't determined by a single moment. Setbacks then become less intimidating. They're simply part of the journey, opportunities for us to strengthen our resolve and reaffirm our commitment to our goals. Setbacks often introduce us to people, experiences, and insights we wouldn't have encountered otherwise. They bring new mentors, friendships, and allies into our lives, people who can help us grow, support us through tough times, or inspire us to reach higher. The connections we make during challenging periods can become some of the most valuable relationships we'll ever have, supporting us in ways we never expected. These relationships, formed through shared struggles, become part of the setup that prepares us for future successes, showing us that setbacks are never truly solitary experiences. They connect us to a larger web of support and shared resilience. Seeing setbacks as setups is a testament to faith and trust. It's believing that life's difficulties aren't meant to defeat us, but to redirect us, to build us, and to set the stage for something better. It's trusting that what may look like a delay is actually a divine detour, that the things that don't work out are leading us toward things that will exceed our expectations. Each setback then is not a rejection, it's a recalibration, preparing us to receive something greater, something that's meant specifically for us. It takes faith to see beyond the immediate disappointment and to trust that, in time, the purpose will be revealed. Ultimately, setbacks can become powerful setups when we choose to see them through a lens of possibility and faith. By embracing them as part of our journey, we empower ourselves to move forward, even when the path is challenging. We learn to take setbacks in stride, knowing they're setting us up for a future we may not yet understand. And one day, as we look back, we'll realize that each setback was indeed a setup, guiding us toward a destiny that was always waiting for us to arrive. Embracing a positive mindset is one of the most transformative choices we can make in life. It's not just about seeing the glass as half full or finding silver linings. It's about fundamentally shifting the way we engage with the world around us, the way we perceive ourselves, and the way we approach every challenge. A positive mindset isn't about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about choosing to focus on what we can control, what we can learn, and how we can grow from every experience, no matter how tough it may seem at the time. At its core, a positive mindset is rooted in perspective. It's about deciding to look at situations with a lens of possibility, even when things aren't going according to plan. Life often throws obstacles our way, things we didn't expect, things we didn't want. But every obstacle comes with a lesson, an opportunity, or a chance for us to develop the strength and resilience we need to reach the next level of our journey. Embracing a positive mindset means recognizing that difficulties are not signs of defeat, but invitations to evolve, learn, and push past our limitations. It's in these moments that we discover what we're really made of and what we're capable of achieving. When we choose positivity, we choose to take responsibility for our own outlook. No one else can control how we respond to life's challenges. We have the power to choose our attitude, to decide whether we will let a setback define us or whether we will use it to fuel our growth. This isn't about denying the reality of tough situations, it's about acknowledging them and then making a conscious decision to rise above them. It's about saying, I'm not going to let this moment break me. I'm going to learn from it and use it to become stronger. A positive mindset also involves shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. It's recognizing that we are not defined by our failures or our past, but by our ability to learn, adapt, and evolve. When we approach life with a growth mindset, we understand that every experience, whether it's a success or a failure, is an opportunity for development. We see ourselves as works in progress, continuously learning and becoming better versions of who we were yesterday. This mindset transforms every challenge into an opportunity to improve, helping us build confidence in our ability to overcome whatever comes our way. One of the most powerful aspects of a positive mindset is gratitude. Gratitude doesn't just shift our focus from what's wrong to what's right, it also shifts our energy. When we practice gratitude, we begin to notice the good things in our lives, the blessings, the opportunities, the people who support and care for us. We stop taking these things for granted and start to appreciate them deeply. Gratitude has the power to change our perspective, to bring us back to the present moment, and to remind us that there is always something to be thankful for, even in the hardest times. It helps us see that, no matter how difficult our circumstances may be, we are never without something valuable. Embracing a positive mindset also impacts how we interact with others. When we carry a positive energy, we attract positivity in return. Our attitudes and beliefs about life are contagious. If we walk into a room with hope, enthusiasm, and an open heart, we create an environment where others feel uplifted and empowered. This positive energy doesn't just benefit us, it spreads to those around us, creating a ripple effect that can change entire communities. People gravitate toward those who bring light and optimism, and in turn, we build meaningful connections that help us navigate life's ups and downs. A positive mindset doesn't mean we won't face challenges or experience pain. It means that even in the midst of hardship, we choose to focus on what's within our control. It means that we understand that our thoughts have power, that how we view our circumstances can directly influence how we experience them. Instead of being consumed by negativity or worry, we choose to focus on solutions, on growth, and on the belief that no matter how difficult the journey may seem, we'll make it through. Ultimately, embracing a positive mindset is about choosing empowerment over victimhood, possibility over limitation, and hope over despair. It's about stepping into each day with the belief that we are capable, that we have what it takes to succeed, and that every challenge is just another opportunity for growth. It's about living with the understanding that our mindset shapes our reality, that what we focus on expands, and what we believe about ourselves and our circumstances becomes our truth. A positive mindset allows us to live life with intention, purpose, and a sense of joy no matter what comes our way. It's the foundation on which we can build our dreams, our goals, and our most fulfilling lives. In conclusion, embracing a positive mindset is not just a choice, it's a way of life. It's a commitment to seeing every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a setup, and every moment as a chance to grow and evolve. Life is filled with ups and downs, but how we respond to those moments shapes the direction of our journey. By choosing faith, patience, and resilience, we open ourselves up to the possibility of something better, trusting that God's plan is far greater than anything we could envision for ourselves. When we let go of what no longer serves us, make space for new blessings, and have faith beyond understanding, we align ourselves with the flow of life. Setbacks become stepping stones, obstacles become lessons, and every twist and turn on our path becomes part of a larger story, one that is unfolding perfectly, even when we can't see the bigger picture. So I urge you to stand firm in your faith, trust the timing of your journey, and know that everything you need is already within you. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the growth, and keep moving forward with the belief that God has something better for you just ahead. Keep your mindset positive and never forget that you are more than capable of turning every obstacle into a blessing. Your best is yet to come.